Joanne came over and sat in mine and threw my Coke on the floor.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Kind of love her.
So I did get to ask Micah the question, but will Pete and Micah get to hook up this season, or would you like to see them hook up at all?
Would I like to see Pete and Micah hook up? You know, I've been saying like season 10, Pete and Micah will exchange denture cream and bump wheelchairs into one another in some kind of strange geriatric mating ritual. So yes, season 10, but I love the fact that they have this brother-sister relationship. It kind of, I think it speaks to the fact that Pete respects his job, respects his employer, he respects his fellow worker, and even though he loves her, he feels like there's a boundary there that doesn't need to be crossed. And I love the fact that the writers don't write to that. They don't write to, like, you know, where they wake up like this and then they look at each other and go, oh! I mean, granted, in the next episode, they do end up in bed together, but it's and you'll see why. It's not gratuitous. It's well crafted, in my opinion. Micah loves Pete. Pete loves Micah. They have each other's back, but they're like brother sister. I mean, I know that the thought of her making out with Pete, like she wants, it's like she has cooties. She, you know, he would have cooties or something. So, yeah, exactly.
But don't you feel though that their relationship actually seems even stronger than like a standard romantic relationship?
Yeah, for sure. Again, and I think that especially this year, I think if you guys watch the show, I think you'll notice an even deeper relationship this year. Joanne and I, you know, when you work with someone, and you probably know this from your own coworkers, even though you work with someone, you love them, sometimes you lose sight of what it is about them that you really appreciate, or, you know, you learn to, with your spouse or your job or whatever, you kind of lose sight of what it is that that really drew you to them in the first place. So this year, before the season started, Joanne and I had a powwow, and I just said, look, I love you. What do I do that bothers you so that I can know not to do that this year? And she kind of said the same thing to me, and we worked it out. And just like, I think that has created a bond between the two of us that really will that really plays out. I mean, you know, if you watch the later episodes of Moonlighting, it's like Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, man, they just couldn't even be in the same room together, you know, which is why the show died, I think. But it's not that way this year.